Hello, the internet! It is Saturday, the 27th of July, 2024, and welcome back to the channel. Sadly, earlier this week, there was another shark attack in Australian waters. Something that's close to home for me, being a surfer. It's always been on my mind that it could happen, that it potentially will happen. They say the odds of it happening are extremely rare, but it seems like it's getting more and more commonplace. Unfortunately for this instance, the gentleman who was attacked lost his leg. We're going to look at the news report about that. I'm not even sure where we're at right now in terms of the reattachment of the leg, because they did find the leg washed up after the attack. He was rushed to hospital, and then the leg was found, and then they rushed it to the hospital, and now there's a rush for the surgery to get the leg reattached. And what I want to do on this stream is once again, I guess, talk about what can we do, what steps can we take to minimize the chances of sharks attacking. I don't know if there is anything that can be done. My take on it is, if you're going to go into the water, you're going to have to accept that the sharks are there and that you put yourself in harm's way, knowing the facts. That's my take on it. But then there's another side of me that says, well, hold on a second. We're the dominant species on this planet. Can't we make changes so that there is no threat, so that we can still enjoy the water and not have to worry about this? Now, the most extreme measure of that would be removing the sharks, which is a massive thing to say. And I got flamed for even bringing this up last time when this occurred in Sydney off not Bondi, one of those heads off the coast there where there was that deep sea swimming right there off the rock ledge. That guy got mauled. And I suggested, is there a way we can remove, can we, it sounds ridiculous. Can we remove the shark from the ocean? It sounds crazy, right? But we do that in other parts of the planet. Like when we want to build a city, we'll knock the whole jungle down, not just one animal, we'll take all of them out. But then the argument will be, yeah, but we don't remove them from the whole planet. So I'm in two minds. I'm like, well, can we not sort of section off somehow a portion of the ocean that are shark free, for instance? I know. I can already feel the YouTube comments. This guy's a moron. If you want to play in the ocean, you got to be accepting that you're going to get maybe attacked by sharks. Well, then, okay, at that same argument level, you've got to be willing to say, well, then we should never spray mosquito repellent when we go camping. You should just accept that you're going to get bitten. You should just sit there and let them bite you. No, we don't. We spray insect repellent. Most people will shoo away a spider. You'll probably squash it with your thong, with your sandal. We call them a thong here. You'll probably squash it, right? So you're not going to let the spider just bite you. You're going to still want to be out there camping, but you don't want to get bitten by mozzies, so you'll spray repellent. You don't want to get bitten by a spider, so you'll squash it with your shoe. Now, when it comes to talking about, I want to go surfing and I don't want to get attacked by a shark, it seems like there's no possible way we can say, okay, let's remove the threat. It seems like that argument, it just generates all kinds of people getting angry about it. And, the shark was there first and we're the ones that are in their territory. Yeah, but we're the human. We are the human. We're the top of this, right? They always say that the apex predator, the shark, it roams the planet and it has the top. It's on the top of the chain, and therefore everything falls underneath it. I thought that was us. I thought the humans were the ones on the top. We do all the building, we do all the constructing, we do all the decision making. Is that one animal off limits? We can't make a decision about that. We've got to just go, nah, it's existed that way for generations. We just leave it. And if you're going to go in the water, well, bad luck. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some kind of solution. There has to be potential to do something. I don't know what that thing is, and I'd like to find out if anybody in the chat knows anything or has any suggestions. as crazy as they may be, it could just be that your crazy suggestion could be the one that ends up rolling out in the future. I was thinking when I was considering doing this stream, I was thinking, what are the possible things aside from removing the shark? What are the possible things we could talk about? And I was like, you got to get community involved, right? You got to get people involved. People have to be incentivized. So is there some way, and this, again, I'm just throwing this out there because it's something that popped to my head. Is there some way that you can involve the blockchain and a token to somehow generate enough interest and financial backing to do something, right? You know, everybody went crazy for this Baby Shark song back in the day, or 5 years ago, whatever that was. Can't we sort of harness that level of interest in a stupid kid's song, but somehow angle it towards doing something to stop this from occurring over and over again? Because yeah, the odds of getting attacked by a shark are super slim, but it does happen. It happens enough that here we are again talking about it. And this kid's lucky to even be alive, right? Like super lucky. Let's take a look at the news report because that'll give us the full scope of what actually went down. I could retell it, but the news does it better. So let's take a look at this report from Channel 9 News Australia. Where's my mouse? Here we go.
More details are emerging tonight about the mission to save a surfer mauled by a great white shark.
Why is that out of sync? Refresh your trousers.
More details are emerging.
I'll refresh my trouser. Why is that out of sync, skis? Don't know why that was out of sync.
More details are emerging tonight about the mission to save a...
I don't know why that's out of sync, but I'll just drop the resolution down to 720 skis.
More details are emerging tonight about the mission to save a surfer.
I don't know why that's... Don't ignore his lips.
Mauled by a great white shark at Port Macquarie. Tonight, surgeons have started a marathon operation to try to reattach his leg more than 24 hours after it washed up on the shore.
24 hours later that's too late. That's too late, surely. Look at this kid. He must be like 23. Kai McKenzie, his name. Got me a little concerned because I went to school with him, Mackenzie, but no relation.
For it washed up on the shore.
Wheeled into John Hunter Hospital, surfer Kai McKenzie. His right leg severed above the knee after an attack by a 3-metre great white. Following just behind a hospital worker carrying his limb in a styrofoam box.
Severed above the knee. Man, that's the bulk of your leg gone, right? I mean, wow.
In a styrofoam box. Surgeons today attempting a miracle operation to reattach it.
Kai's a great young boy. He's a bubbly young boy every time I met him, and I just hope he's getting through it and he's getting the medical support.
The 23-year-old was surfing at North Shore Beach near Port Macquarie yesterday morning when witnesses saw the local furiously paddling to shore before the shark smashed him from behind and dragged him underwater.
That's like the...
Now, at that point, he was paddling away from the shark. I'm just putting this out there. Everything that I've read and learnt about an encounter with a shark, you don't do that. You don't move away from it. I mean, your natural instinct is to want to move away from it, but the actual approach should be to turn around and face the shark. Make eye contact if possible. It sounds crazy, but if the instinct from this apex predator is to chase and launch an attack, regardless of what the target is. I mean, it doesn't know that this isn't food. It thinks it's food. So running away from it, paddling away is probably the worst thing to do. But yeah, of course, everybody would do that, you know, like it's fight or flight, right? You probably just flight. So, I mean, you see those videos with Ocean Ramsey, that shark, what is she, like marine biologist, and she swims with the sharks and like puts her hands on their noses and pushes them back down and like sort of like asserts domination over the shark. Of course, she does that with tiger sharks. This is a great white. It's a I was going to say it's a little different. It's a lot different.
Dragged him underwater.
That's like the biggest fear of anybody going out in the ocean.
Yeah, always on edge. It seems to be happening more and more in Port Macquarie lately too.
Kai made it to shore, his severed leg washed up on the sand close by around an hour later.
Man.
Really fortunate that Kai, police officer, knew first aid and was able to create a tourniquet.
The surgery Kai faces is remarkable, involving reattaching arteries, nerves and tendons, a marathon effort that will take multiple operations with no guarantee of success.
It doesn't seem like it can be done to me. Yo, Dogski, hey Gibbs, you're talking about the attack on Port Macquarie. I didn't mention it was New South Wales, but yeah, it's not. I didn't want to mention it because it's the coast I live on. You know, like it just seems like keeps happening on this side of the country. How you doing anyway, Doug? Good to see you.
No guarantee of success. 44-year-old local Toby Begg was attacked by a great white at Lighthouse Beach in August last year, losing his right leg below the knee. He returned to the water 3 months later. Tonight there's hope Kai can do the same.
Kai wasn't expecting this, and as long as he pulls through and we look after him, that's all we can hope for.
James Wilson,
Wow.
9 News.
Yo, Peach, what's up? How you doing, man? How you doing, Peach? Oh, that's how that ends? Okay, cool. I'm not too sure why that was a little sketchy mixed sketch, but there you go. So that's the story, and it seems to me like the idea of reattaching a limb, this is a little bit gory, I suppose, but it's not like it was just like cut with a machete or a butcher's. It's not a clean slice. It's all messy because it's all teeth, and it's going to be a difficult job, if it's possible at all, to put that thing back on. And it was an hour after. Like, they found the leg an hour after. Like, was the leg still, like, did the shark come back and maul the leg as well and then realize it's not a seal and then spit it back out? Yeah. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Rob Mack, g'day, Gibbs. Good day, Rob. How you doing? Doug, we're off to Southwest Rocks this time of the year, less than an hour from there. Yeah, Southwest Rocks, right on. Yeah. Yeah, look, all of these attacks that occur on the eastern side of Australia, they're always at like places that populated, always like people are there, and like not far from here, Bombo, right? Like a few beaches north from here, Bombo, then further up the Sydney one, and then further up there, Port Macquarie. These are places that people populate. So it's not like the sharks are just like cruising deep water and this is a fluke. This is the sharks coming into shallow water to find food, and they are mistaking usually surfers, but they're mistaking things in the water for food. And the great problem with the great white shark is an investigation of what that food source might be is so like violent and so ferocious that a human won't survive. Well, very little chance of survival, because that shark is so aggressive. It's not like just nudging up and looking. It's attacking. It's wanting it, and then they typically spit it back out when they realize this isn't a seal or this isn't a fish. This is bony, and they typically spit it back out. And that's when it's like, well, does the person survive? It depends how much blood loss has occurred. This kid, Kai, bless him, he paddled back into shore without a leg. This guy's a hero. To that effect, there is a GoFundMe, which I highly encourage anybody to support. I'm going to post it in the chat here, but it's amazing. This GoFundMe, they set a goal of 100,000 and they smashed it very quickly. The recovery goal has been smashed to the tune of 150,000. So that is massive. I'm going to put this in the chat. If you can pump a few bucks in, if you've ever been in the ocean, if you've ever been concerned about it, that's the link there in the chat. Actually, I'm going to post this in all the chats. I'm all over the place here on Restream. So I see Malpezzi there in the chat too. Yo, Malpezzi, how you doing? New recruit to Australia. Be careful in the ocean, man. Peach, you seen anything in the water? Yes, I have. Yes, I'll tell my stories shortly. I'll just post this in all the chats though. So that's the link to the GoFundMe, and yeah, if you can fling a few bucks in, just do it. That's amazing. 150,000. I think it's going to cost more than that to get him back up to speed. But if you can cough up some cash, the point. This obviously hits me hard because I like surfing, and the concern is there's going to be a shark at some point, right? And so this kid doesn't deserve this. He's just a regular Joe out there doing the thing. So yeah, he doesn't deserve to be attacked by a shark. Well, we don't know. I don't know anything about the kid except that this happened, and it seems like, well, bad luck has been dealt your way. For everybody else, let's try to make it as least impactful as possible by helping out if we can. So if you can kick in a few bucks, please do. Doug, does the black wetsuit have anything to do with it? It looks like a seal. Absolutely. And yeah, I know I wear black wetsuits. It's not a choice. I didn't choose the black color. In fact, when I was riding with ours in wetsuits, I chose green and blue. He actually laughed at that when the first wetsuit he gave me. He's like, "What color do you want?" I'm like, "Green." He's like, "Green? I never get rid of the green ones." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want a black one. I don't want to look like a seal." And he's like, "Yeah, okay." So yeah, but now I'm riding a different one and I'm in black. Look, yeah, you probably should be the brightest fluorescent 80s colors, probably be the better go. But we don't know. Like we've seen shark attacks on any color wetsuit. We don't know what. Yeah, it might not make any difference, but it seems like you don't see pink seals. So, if you don't want to look like a seal, try to steer clear of black. By the way, these things, we don't know if these work. These are shark bands, B-A-N-Z, shark bands. I wear two of them, one on my left ankle, one on my right wrist. Is that right? No, my leg wraps on my left ankle. Wait, the fuck do I wear these? My leg rope's on my left ankle? What stance do I ride? My leg rope is on my right ankle, my shark bands is on my left ankle, and then the opposite hand, right hand. So then when you're paddling, because what this does is it emanates a magnetic force in the water around you. And you can wear one on your leg for sure, but if you wear one on your arm as well, when you're paddling, that magnetic force field extends as far as your body extends. Theoretically, this works on smaller sharks, more inquisitive, like probably not so much bull sharks, but like lemon sharks and like school sharks, and the smaller ones that aren't really a threat. They say that this isn't going to make an ounce of a difference with the great white because the great white is a stealth attacker and it comes in hot with a lot of speed. And it's not going to worry about a freaking magnet if it's got its eyes locked on a potential seal. So we don't know if this works, but in my mind, it's peace of mind. So when I'm out there and I'm surfing and I'm wearing this, I feel like something is being done to lower my risk. And that's the point of this stream right here, right now. I want to try to work out what else we can do to either feel good about it or actually lower the risk. Peach, I remember Mick Fanning playing with different colors at the bottom of his board to try and alter sharks. Yeah, well, I was going to touch on Mick Fanning's, that's still wet from the last surf. I haven't been out for a week. I'm going to be honest, I haven't been out for a week because the conditions have been horrible. There's been a northeasterly. We don't really get nor'easterlies in the winter, but there's been one that's actually not, it's not right now, but it's pretty small out there right now. But I'll be honest, after this happened, there was one day when the swell was reasonably good, and I could have gone out, and I didn't. It seems crazy, but I didn't. I was like, no, I'm not. My mind isn't clear to go surfing right now after this happened to this Kai Mackenzie, so I didn't go. I will go. Obviously, I will go out surfing, and I'm not going to let it stop me. But yeah, now it's been brought back up, and now every surfer that saw this story is thinking the same thing. Shit, when's it going to happen to me, kind of thing. But yeah, what Mick Fanning did, which is something that this Kai didn't do, and I'm not trying to lay any shade, I'm not trying to throw any harm his way, but Mick Fanning did say that because there's that point in that attack where, because I mean that's broadcasting live during a surfing competition, and he's out there at the lineup, and then you see the shark go for him, and you see him get knocked off his board, and then he holds his boards kind of between him and the shark. But then a wave comes in, and because of the telephoto lens and the angle, we don't see the action. But and there's a couple of waves that kind of blocks out our vision, and that's the only camera angle that we know of. I don't think anybody else. Maybe some kid on the shore had a phone. I don't know, but we've only ever seen really that angle. But what he says is his instinct was to flee, so he started swimming away, and then he thought, and he said in this interview, he said, "No, I said, I'm not going down this way. I'm turning around to face this thing. So he turned around and looked towards where the shark was. But by then, the jet ski had made its way to pick him up. So what I'm saying is he inadvertently, Mick Fanning, did the right thing by turning around and facing the shark, because they rely on their eyesight as much as their other senses, their ampullae of Lorenzini. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but they rely on not only the ampullae of Lorenzini, they also rely on their eyesight to eye up their prey. So if you can make eye contact with the thing by getting in its line of sight, then you might be doing yourself a solid. You'll notice when you see these videos of great whites like eating a tuna head that someone's been holding in front of a camera, their eye actually closes when they go to do to bite, and that's a defense mechanism because they don't want anything to penetrate their eye socket. So when they go for the lunge bite, their eyes close over with their little, I'm not too sure what the name of it is, but it's like a shield that comes in front of the eye. So the eye is very important for a shark. So if you can eye contact and potentially, I've always said, what would I do? I'd be ripping the eye out if I could grab a hold of it. I'd be sticking my hand or finger or thumb or something in that eye socket. Now, of course, that all sounds great if you're just sitting at home in a chair on a live stream. When you're right there in the water like Kai was, and it's happening to you, you probably won't think of that, and you'll probably just turn around and swim away. Like I'm not saying I'm a superhuman. I'm probably going to do the wrong thing as well. But that's why I want to talk about it, and that's why as much as I hate doing these streams, because it keeps bringing this thing up and it keeps it to our forefront. But I feel like the more that we do talk about it, and the more that we do investigate this stuff, the more prepared we are for if it does happen. Now look, it's probably going to happen to me more than it's going to happen to you, unless you go surfing. I go surfing a lot, so the chances are now elevated. You just go to the beach on a holiday once every. I'm not talking about you, Doug, or Malpezi or any. I'm just saying in general, people that go to the ocean just for shits and giggles on the holiday, they're probably less likely to get a shark attack. Surfers, because of, we're sitting just outside the depth where the waves actually build up and then they break on the reef or the sand, we're sitting pretty much in almost primo conditions for an attack. So yeah, I just want to be comfortable. Not comfortable. I just want to be cognitive of the chance of the possibility that this probably will happen, and what will I do? And by the way, if it happens to me, you guys will see it because I'll have 3 angles of it: my GoPro mouth mount, my board mount, and the beach mount. I'll have 3 different angles, so there'll be no. Oh, what happened out there? You'll know what happened. I got attacked by a shark. You'll know. And if it does happen, then you never see from me again. Those GoPros will be out there. There'll be one that's floating somewhere. The GoPros on the mouth mount, they float, right? You'll find that thing maybe a year or day or 2. Well, it'll turn up. So with that in mind, I wanted to work out some of the options that we could do or we could implement to mitigate the chances of this happening. And who better to ask than ChatGPT? If anyone's going to be able to tell us what we should do here, it's going to be this little beautiful piece of machinery. First of all, why do sharks attack humans? Start off simply. Okay, so it says here, I'll make that larger, or is that too? That's probably as good. No, that's okay. It says shark attacks on humans are rare, and understanding why they happen can help us minimize encounters. Here are some key reasons why sharks may attack humans. 1, this is what I said: mistaken identity. One of the most common theories is, and by the way, these are just theories. None of this is proven, but it's a theory. One of the most common theories is that sharks mistake humans for their natural prey, such as seals or fish. This is particularly true in areas where surfers or swimmers are in murky water. The shape and movement of a swimmer or a surfer from below can resemble the silhouette of a seal, leading to accidental attacks. Now, this murky water comment, so if you're surfing at sunrise or sunset, that's obviously what they're talking about there. Water that doesn't have a lot of clarity to it. You can't see far. Unfortunately, Kai was surfing at about 11 a.m., so that rules that part out, right? It was in good. I don't know if it was whether it was overcast or not, but that rules kind of that theory out. Number 2 is curiosity. Sharks are naturally curious creatures and often investigate unfamiliar objects in their environment by bumping or nibbling. Right, that's their sense. They don't have hands, right? They can't just reach out and touch. Since humans are not a regular part of their diet, sharks might take a test bite to understand what the object is. Once they realize it's not food, they usually swim away. And of course, with the great white shark, that test bite is what's the issue, because that's enough to kill you through blood loss. Territorial behavior. I did not know they were territorial. In some cases, sharks may attack humans to defend their territory. Sharks like the bull shark. Okay, yeah, bull sharks. They're known for being territorial, especially during mating or when other food sources are scarce. In these situations, a shark may perceive a human as a threat, okay, and try to protect the area. Provoked attacks. Who's provoking the shark? Provoked attacks occur when a human provokes a shark by trying to touch it, capture, or feed it. Okay, these interactions often lead to defensive bites from the shark. Additionally, accidental provocation can happen when humans inadvertently enter a shark's personal space, causing stress or aggression. Okay, I guess that's probably not happening all that often, but it's there. Prey drive triggered by splashing. Okay, this is their instinct. Splashing, erratic movements, or loud noises in the water can mimic the behavior of injured prey, which may trigger a shark's hunt instinct. Right on. Sharks have highly sensitive lateral lines that can be, this is the ampullae of Lorenzini, that can detect vibrations in the water, making them more likely to investigate the source of such disturbances. So if you start flashing around, splashing around, jumping around, causing a ruckus, they're in the area, they'll just be naturally inquisitive. It's like a seagull when you lift a chip up, right? When you lift a hot chip up in the air, seagulls from you just put your hand up at the beach and the seagulls will be like, what, chip? You're not having anything in your hand. They just come, it's instinct. Number 6, hunger and opportunistic feeding. While not common, a very hungry shark might see a human as an opportunistic meal, especially if their usual food sources are scarce. In these instances, the attack may be driven by desperation rather than preference. There's a lot more reasons than I thought. Mistaken surroundings. Mistaken surroundings? Some areas have higher incidences of shark attacks due to environmental factors. For example, near river mouths, okay, where fish congregate, or after heavy rainfall where rivers discharge. Yeah, okay, so there's fish. Yeah, okay, fair enough. These situations can inadvertently attract sharks, increasing the chance of encounter. That's why people fish at the opening of a river mouth. Disorientation. Occasionally, sharks can become disorientated due to factors like strong currents, poor visibility, or even injuries, which may lead to unusual behavior, including attacks on the humans. Okay. Types of sharks. Okay, don't need to go through that, but statistics of sharks, safety tip. Okay, so now that they've told us that, I was going to ask a further question. That further question being, what steps can a surfer take to minimize the attack? The risk of attack. You got to speak like a human to ChatGPT. Okay, it says here, surfers are at a slightly higher risk of encountering sharks due to their extended time in the water and their resemblance to prey from below. However, by taking some careful steps and being aware of their surroundings, surfers can significantly minimize the risk of shark attacks. Here are some strategies to do such. Doug, got to take Aiden to Lacrosse. See you, gang. Have a good time. Thanks, Doug, and good luck with the game. Cheers, man. Number 1, choose your surf spot wisely. Avoiding high-risk areas. Stay away from areas known for shark activities such as river mouths. By the way, that's not the reason why I don't surf the river mouth here at my local. it's too far to walk, to be completely brutal. I mean, I could drive, but I just walked to the surf spots here. So, avoiding river mouths, channels, and places with steep drop-offs. Sharks often hunt in these locations. You'll often hear surfers refer to a surf spot as "it's a little bit sharky." That's the phrase. It's a little bit sharky. There's a sharky spot here on the southern end of Culburra Beach. It's pretty much what this says. It's a steep drop-off. It's the edge of a rock ledge, and when the swell's coming from the south and it's wrapping around, and when it's massive and it wraps around from that Penguin Head, the wave actually rolls all the way in, and you can sit on that edge and you can ride a wave all the way into Tilbury Cove, and then you can just hop out and walk back up along that rocky ledge and just pop back into the water. But that's a bit sharky, right? It's deep, it's a ledge, it's sharky for sure. You can research local reports before heading out. Check recent reports on shark sightings and avoid area. So that's things like the Dorsal app. You can check that. But I mean, look, to be completely fair and not to throw any shade at the Dorsal Fin app, I don't use it because there are sharks everywhere. And like, all it takes is someone to go, I saw a shark, and put it in the app. And more than likely, I mean, look, more than likely it's a dolphin, right? There's so many sightings of sharks here. It's more than likely just a dolphin. Know the water. And by the way, if just a side note, if you're thinking you're seeing a shark and you're on the shore and you don't know, the way you can tell is very simple. If you see a fin come out of the water and then you see a smaller fin behind it or anywhere near it, so the fin will be on a shape like a surfboard fin. If you see another thing behind it, that's a shark. Sharks have the fin and they have the tail. Dolphins have the fin, but they have a flipper. So their back tail, if you like, their back fin that you see is a flat flapper. Whereas sharks are like this, dolphins are like this. And also, dolphins will go up and down, whereas a shark will just go up and slowly down. That's how the shark... And by the way, who asked before if I've ever seen one? Peach asked, have you ever seen anything in the water out your way? Well, yeah, the time that I've seen two sharks while surfing, the first one was frightening as all shit because it was dark and stormy, and I was the only one out, and it was right off the front here, and I'm sitting in the lineup waiting, and a shark did the appearance like that, and then the back down right in front of me. Well, when I say right in front of me, probably 4 to 5 meters. Like, I'm waiting in the lineup of the wave. 4 to 5 meters past the lineup was where this thing just came up. I saw both front and back fin. I was like, there was about a 4-foot gap between the dorsal and the tail fin. And I was like, 4 foot from there to there makes it about a 6, maybe a 7-foot shark. I think I'm done. I just turned around and went, yep, okay, this wave looks good. I'm going to ride it. And I think that's me surfing for the day. The second time I saw a shark was at Crookies, which is, so I'm right on the main beach here, or technically they don't call this the main beach, but I'm right in the center of this beach. And then the northern point is Crookhaven Heads, and that's where the better break is. That's where the left rolls around when it's on from the northeast. It's perfect. Well, it's not it's good for the surfers that are good. I'm not that great, but I like surfing, but I'm not that great. But anyway, there was one, I can't remember what the conditions were like. It wasn't anything to write home about. It was just a regular day. There was about maybe 5 or 6 other surfers out, and the same thing happened. The shark fin appeared and the tail one appeared, but this time it was more facing straight at us. So it was looking towards the lineup, the people in the surf, and it had its dorsal fin, and you could see the other fin behind it, and it was coming at our direction. And then it went back down, and as sad as this is with surfing, it's, especially here, it's like, yeah, you don't speak to anybody. It's all quiet out there because of whatever. But anyway, nobody talks, and so I just paddled like this because we're sitting on our board. I just paddled back and just moved in a little bit, and then I saw someone that that is kind of friendly out there, and I said, "Did you see that?" And he's like, "What?" I said, "Shark right there, shark." And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go in over. I'm going to head, because there's a few different breaks you can hit it at Crookies. And I just came into one of the inside sections and said, I'm just going to sit over here for a while. And yeah, and he's like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And then when I came in after the surf, I said to a fisherman, because there was a fisherman that was a bit further south. And I said, did you see that? And he said, the shark? And I said, yeah. You said, yeah, I saw it. I was like, okay, okay. So what I'm getting at is that they are there, and they're there a lot, and anybody that reports it potentially is reporting a dolphin sighting as a shark sighting. So I don't look at those apps because it doesn't give me any peace of mind to know that there's been a shark right there. That doesn't help me at all. If I see one, then I'll make a decision, but judging off an app, it's not going to change. It's not going to make me change my approach. But this is what they're saying. They say research local reports, or ChatGPT is telling us to do that. Knowing the water conditions, these are things you can do to mitigate the risk of a shark attack. Avoid surfing in murky waters or areas with poor visibilities where sharks might mistake you for prey. Clear water allows you to see approaching danger more easily. Now, of course, that only happens on a sunny day. Like on an overcast day, no matter how clear the water is, it's still reflecting the clouds, so you can't see jack shit. So you just have to just not let it affect you, because if you start thinking what's in the dirty water there, I can't see, you'll trip your mind out. Number 2, avoid surfing at dawn or dusk, of course. Active feeding times. Sharks are typically more active during the early morning and late evening. These times are when many species, such as the great white, hunt for prey, and reduce visibility at those times as well, because of poor lighting. Yeah, makes it harder for sharks to distinguish. Yep. Surfing groups. Safety in numbers. Sharks are more likely to attack isolated individuals rather than groups. Surfing with others can deter sharks from approaching. I did not know that. Okay. I just go back to a couple of different scenes that I've seen. There's been one guy up in where was it? One of those point breaks up in like Surfers Paradise. Was it Noosa or somewhere? And there's a lineup of about 50 people all staggered out to a point, a right-hand point break. And there's a guy and it's a beach camera that picked it up, like a wide-angle shot of that particular stretch of coast. And there's a dude that's like not even out, like he's in like, you can pick up this break anywhere you like along this sort of this wall of beach, and he's like about 2/3 of the way along that sort of breaking section, and he gets attacked. So the shark didn't go to the furthest point out. People always say, oh, they only attack the furthest one out. No, this shark attack happened in the middle of a bunch, potentially about 50 people. So I don't know if that makes any difference. Watch out for each other. In a group, you can keep an eye on each other and alert others to any unusual activities in the water, which is sad, like the way it is with surfers. They're very territorial, and like when I saw that shark, I didn't even feel like I could say, hey guys, shark. I just was like, okay, well, I saw it. I'm backing out. And now look, if there was an attack, I'd go and help whoever it was that was getting attacked, do whatever I could. But there's another external element to be dealt with out there. Oh shit. Avoid wearing shiny jewelry or bright clothing. Now this is directly in contrast to what we were just saying before. Doug Siono, he's left. He had to go take his son to lacrosse. But this says avoid doing that. Mimicking fish scales. Shiny objects can catch the sunlight and resemble fish scales, potentially attracting sharks. So nothing like no jewelry, no earrings, no pendants and stuff. Bright colors. Avoid wearing bright contrasting colors that may draw a shark's attention. Opt for muted colors that blend in with the water. Holy shit, that's the exact opposite of what I thought. And what we talked about. You don't want to. But if you're pink, the shark is like, that's something weird. I'd never. So that the shark's like, that's something weird. I've never seen that. I'll go and check it out. Nudge, 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 bite, bite, bite. You're dead. Right. Okay. There you go. Don't do that. Always wear black and use colors that blend in. Okay. Okay, that explains why everyone wears black wetsuits then. Peach, that sounds weird. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Be mindful of splashing and erratic movements. So avoid excessive splashing because that attracts their hunt mechanism. Splashing and sudden movements can mimic the behavior of distressed prey, which may attract sharks. Stay calm. Move smoothly and deliberately when paddling or adjusting your position on the board. Yeah, so the same thing again. Now, avoid surfing near fishing activity. Now, this is always a tricky one with surfing because what you'll find, especially with a beach break, it's not so much on the point breaks, but on the beach break, you've only got a section of channel and bank, and then channel and bank and channel and bank. And what I'm referring to, think about when waves hit the coast. When a wave hits a sandy beach, it has to then retreat. So the wave crashes, smashes and rolls in and then hits the sand. Then it has to go back out, right? That's the motion of the water retreating back into the ocean. Now what happens is the more and more it does that, it drags the sand with it, and it creates. This is why when you walk along the beach, you see undulations, ups and downs right on the edge of the water, and you can go up, down, up, down, up, down. That obviously extends out into the water as well. It's not just on the sand, it extends into the water, and that's exactly what makes the wave break. So surfers will be looking for where that channel and that bank extends to, and then when the swell comes in, well, that's where the wave's going to break along and peel, and therefore you get an open face which you can ride. If you don't spot those gaps and you just go hell for leather wherever you want, which is what beginners do, which is what I used to do, you always get closeouts. So and the closeout is where the wave just goes, and then you've got no face to ride. You're just in white water. You want to get that open face of the wave, and so therefore you want to find the channel and the bank. Problem with that is the channel is where the fishermen like to fish, because in that channel is where the fish congregate typically. So the fishing dudes will always be fishing right on the freaking channel, and the surfers will always be surfing on the bank that leads into the channel. So yeah, and by the way, I've seen this a number of times when I'm out there. This beach in particular, it's not very well. It's popular in the holiday periods, but when it's outside season, it's pretty quiet here. You know, like you've seen my surfing videos. I'm typically out there by myself. I'm not kidding. I'll be surfing by myself, and there is a whole beach, and fishing dudes will rock up, and they will literally fish in the only channel that's on the bank that I'm surfing. I'm like, dudes, you've got the whole, like, what? You walked down an entrance to the beach and you saw a surfer and you went, I'm going there. And they fish right on the channel that you're surfing the bank of. I'm like, dude, and it happens a lot. There's a guy that I know, a regular fishing guy. He's pretty cool. He's a nice dude. I asked him about it one time. He said, well, look, I don't do that, I hope. And I said, no, you don't. You're cool. Like, no, I'm not asking because you do it. I'm asking in general because you're a fisherman. Let's call him John. John, you're John the fisherman. So why do they do this? And he says, I don't know why anybody else does it, but I wouldn't do it. And he says, there's plenty of banks and channels to choose from. I'll choose a different one. I'm like, thank you, John. That's not his name. Avoid surfing near fishing activity. Yeah. Bait and catches. Areas where active fishing can attract sharks due to the presence of bait, caught fish, and discarded fish parts. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Bird activity. Be cautious if you notice large number of seabirds diving into the water. That indicates bait fish and prey that also may include... Right, of course. If there's birds going into the water, that's because there's small fish. Where there's small fish, there's larger fish. Where there's larger fish, there's larger fish. Where there's larger fish, there's sharks. So yeah, if you start to see diving birds, what I found here is the diving bird sort of, it's usually on an offshore wind, like on these really heavy westerly winds, you'll see the diving birds and they'll move around a lot. So these bait balls of fish are moving quite a lot. And you never see them on like an onshore wind. It's only offshore. I don't know why that is. It's only on, I don't know. Use shark deterrent devices. Yes, of course. Electronic shark repellents. That's not what this is. This is not electronic. This is magnet. This does not require a battery. The shark bands This is just a magnet, so it's quite a heavy item. It doesn't require any electronics. Consider using devices that emit electrical pulses or magnetic fields designed to deter sharks. While not foolproof, these can reduce the likelihood of an encounter. Yeah. Colored and patterned surfboards. Some boards are designed with patterns that may discourage shark interest by disrupting the visual perception. Yes, of course, of course. So that means like on the bottom of the board, you'll have like an unusual pattern, and usually the pattern is something that doesn't occur naturally. It's usually a pattern that doesn't occur regularly in nature, and so therefore it's disturbing to a natural animal such as a shark. They see it and they're a little bit stunned by it, like that's not normal, therefore I'm not going anywhere near it, kind of thing. Zebra patterns, I believe, the patterns of a zebra. You don't see zebras in the ocean. Wait. You don't see zebra colored fish, or if you do, they're the dangerous ones. I'm not a fisherman, but if I understand correctly, the ones that are the fish that are patterned like a zebra are the dangerous ones, and that's the ones that other fish don't eat. Is that right? Doesn't sound right. It feels right. It doesn't sound right though. Wait, you live? Yeah, Oldelsky, how you doing, man? Yes, I am live. The red color, like bright red and pink, usually means danger. So red sea fish, yeah, that's. Don't be confused. There's sea fish and there's land fish. Saw a sign once that said saltwater seafood, and I was like, saltwater seafood? That's all the seafood. Where seafood? You don't get freshwater seafood. If it's freshwater, it's not seafood. Saltwater seafood. There's a shop called Saltwater Seafood in Australia, a store, a takeaway joint. I'm like, saltwater seafood. That's all of it, you idiot. Anyway, Pertsky, how you doing, man? Cheers, Pertsky. How you going? Yeah, the red color, right? You in nature, anything that's red, like that doesn't make sense though, because red berries that the bears eat, they're not poison. Those red berries that only bears eat, they're not poison. What was that noise? I don't know. Excuse me. So yeah, try to wear colors that are disruptive to the shark's visual perception. Now, we don't know any science behind that. They don't have any proof for this, but they're kind of leaning towards it. So here we go. Number 8, know the signs of shark presence. Observe marine life behavior. Sudden changes in the behavior of marine animals like fish jumping out of the water can indicate a nearby predator, of course. That's always frightening when you're just sitting there between sets and all of a sudden you just see fish just going. It's like, okay, fish don't jump just for fun. Well, most fish don't. Something's chasing it. And if it's a small fish, you're normally like, okay, well, the next thing would be something like this. But if it's a fish that's that big that's jumping, the thing that's chasing it is a good size bigger. What can we do? Stay the hell out of the water. Yeah, okay, Dale. We will touch back into that. Pertsky, where was the attack? Port Macquarie. MD, hello all. Hello, MD. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to have you. Good to know you. You can look for fins or shadows. Keep an eye out for dorsal fins or large shadows moving under the water, which may signal the presence of a shark. Absolutity, yes. Stay informed about shark species in the area. Well, look, at this particular point in Australia, it's just all of them, right? All of them, mainly the great white, but all of them. Understand local shark habits. People say, Australia, why would you want to be there? Everything wants to kill you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Everything wants to get you, eh? Oh, by the way, I did what I said I wanted to do. I picked up a huntsman spider the other week. I'll talk about that in a moment, but everything wants to kill you out here. Different shark species have different behaviors and feeding habits. Knowing the types of sharks common in the area can help understand. Yeah, okay. Learn about migratory patterns. Now, I'm going to call bullshit on this one. Oh, okay. It does clarify by saying some shark species are migratory and more likely to be present at certain times of the year. So what I was going to call bullshit before that, it said some sharks. They've tagged great white sharks, and they've like GPS tagged them with a device, and they followed the sharks And the great white shark has absolutely zero pattern. Like there's no pattern to this. It just cruises up, and then all of a sudden it'll just cut far to the east and it'll go right out to like between Australia and Fiji, and then it will hang around there for a while. Then it will just come back in and it will go south down to Tasmania. It'll wrap around the bottom to like Penguin Island and bloody Port Lincoln in South Australia. Then it will come back. It'll go all the way back up to the top of Cairns. It'll go all the way back out. It'll hang around there. They don't have any pattern at all. It's just like the great white shark is just going, rum, where can I eat? Rum, where can... And they just keep going around. Great white sharks, mystery what they do. But they just are eating, sleeping, swimming, death machine. Pertsky, it's kind of incredible how few attacks there are given how many sharks are out there. Yes, I'll agree with that. There are few attacks. However, and this is why I'm doing this stream again, as a surfer, the chances of it happening are higher to me than to regular Joes, right? Because the percentage increases simply because I'm out there more than regular. And I made the same analogy when I started doing this job that I've been doing for the last 2 years, driving a shuttle from down here to the airport. I said to myself, I've never had an incident on the road. I've never had a fine. I've never had a speeding ticket. I've never had anything. It's not true. I had a seatbelt incident in Margaret River. I've never been in trouble with the law through negligent driving or an incident. But now that I'm driving daily and 8-9 hours at a time, the chances. No. What did I do that for? I meant to do percentage. How do you do percentage? The percentage chance of an accident occurring is way more than anybody that just drives once to the store or once to work and back. I'm actually on the road and what happened? I got a speeding fine. So the chances of me incurring a speeding fine increase because I drive way, way, way more than anybody else. And in 40, how old am I? 48. In 47 years of age, in 47 years of driving, did I start driving when I was 0? No, that's not what I meant. In all my life of driving, I never had a speeding fine. And then I got this job and I drive way more. And sure enough, there's my first speeding fine. Looks like a month till Gibbs goes walkabout. Talk about that in a moment as well. Looking forward to the Olympic surfing and skating. Hell yeah. Quick Draw McGraw, how you doing, Quickskis? I'm pretty sure parts of Australia offer a $200 government rebate if you purchase Shark Shield. Yeah, right. Yeah, what the fuck is Shark Shield? We'll look into that. Thank you, Quick Draw, for coming in with that. By the way, we've seen you before, right? We've seen Quick Draw McGraw. Yeah, that name looks familiar. But yeah, I looked into Shark Shield before, and maybe it's time to reinvestigate. We'll just finish off these are how you can mitigate the risk. React appropriately if you encounter a shark. Remain calm, right? Remain calm. Panicking can provoke a shark's predatory instincts. Try to remain calm and keep your movements controlled, which is I'm just saying again, and I'm not throwing any shade at Kai McKenzie, but he did not remain calm. Although, hold on a second, we don't know the specifics because he paddled into shore after the attack. Yeah, I'll walk that back because we don't actually know exactly and I'm sure when he's ready there'll be an interview, but at this point we don't know exactly the specifics of the attack. But if your leg's been bitten off, you're thinking about getting into shore and getting a tourniquet and getting to hospital. Glad to see you, brother. Thank you, man. Pertsky, related. I just saw a story of a French man who ran up nearly 400 demerit points in less than 6 months. By the time the police decided to issue an arrest warrant, he'd already left the country. Wow. Interesting. Okay. You can get 400 demerit points. We've only got 12 in Australia. Once they're gone, you're done. You can't drive after losing 12. 400, right. Here's a good point. How you can reduce the potential shark attack potential. Maintain eye contact. Right? I said this. If you see a shark, try to keep it in your sight and avoid turning your back. Exactly what Mick Fanning said in his interview. He turned back to face it. Sharks are less likely to attack if they feel watched. slowly retreat. If the shark approaches, slowly back away toward the shore or a group of surfers. Avoid sudden movements that could agitate the shark. Defend yourself if necessary. If a shark attacks, use your board or any available object to defend yourself by targeting its eyes, gills, or snout, which are the sensitive areas. To that effect, I've often thought, why don't we, as surfers, why don't we have a small knife, such as something like that, not a kitchen knife like this, but something that size. Why don't we have one of those somehow on our leg, like, you know, like in a sheath, ready to be ripped out and used? I think I should investigate some kind of shark knife. It sounds crazy, right? But to have something, yeah. I mean, you're going to have to defend yourself. Are you going to do it with your fist, or are you going to try to thumb their eyeball? If you have a knife that you can just whip out, bam. That's not a knife. This is a knife. I must say the opening ceremony at the Olympics, very impressive. Dude, Gojira played the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw their Twitter about it. They played the opening. Gojira? You guys know Gojira, right? They process the points until you paid, or okay, that's in France. That's not enough. What's up, Gibbs? Yo, Mr. B Outdoors. Hello, Mr. B. Mr. B Outdoor Adventures. We haven't seen you in a long time. Have you changed your handle? Mr. B Outdoor Adventures. By the way, this could be the ultimate time to ask this. I've got a few in the chat. Can we give a thumbs up to the stream? It helps, right? It does help. If a little thumbs up, just hit that little thumbs up button. That's all. Yeah, that'd be cool. Appreciate you. Yeah, and quick draw. We'll definitely look into Shark Shield in a moment. We'll look into Shark Shield. Pertsky, I reckon you have zero chance of landing that knife into a shark. Yeah, it's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to think about it. And these are all things that you think while you're on the shore in the calm and, you know, inside the comfort of your home. Realistically, the chances of you reaching down and pulling a knife out of a sheath on your ankle before you've done everything else, you're paddling backwards slowly, you're keeping eye contact. I don't know. I still think it might be nice, to, if anything, for peace of mind, just to have it there, just so you're like, okay, I've got something I can grab. I meant to hit a thumbs up. Different finger went up instead. Ah, Daleskis. Understand the statistics. Rare occurrences. Remember that shark attacks on surfers are extremely rare, and the risk of a fatal encounter is minimal compared to the other dangers in the ocean, such as rip currents. Okay, so look, surfers already know that shit. So surfers understand that shit. So rip currents, yeah. But okay, it's a fair point, but we already know that. Data awareness, being informed about actual statistics and risks can help you remain calm and make informed decisions in the water. This is the exact reason we're doing this stream right now. Data awareness. We want to have all of the knowledge and all of the skills right at our fingertips, so that if this happens to you, and when I say you, I mean me, then we can make the right choices and the right decisions at the time that we need to make those decisions. Like right on the moment, like in that attack moment, we need to know what we're doing. And the only way we know is if we keep researching it and keep talking about it, like we did last time this happened, like we're doing right now. Conclusion, by following these steps and remaining vigilant, surfers can significantly reduce the risk of shark encounters. Understanding shark behavior, choosing surf spots wisely, and adopting safety practices will allow you to enjoy surfing while minimizing potential risks. Surfers should balance their love for the ocean with respect for its inhabitants, ensuring their time in the water is both enjoyable and safe. That's a load of bullshit. Shark doesn't give a fuck about you. Why should you have any respect for it when the shark just wants to eat? This is all lovey-dovey at this point. Here's a quick infographic that you might find useful for easy reference. It's so quick, it doesn't exist. There's no infographic there. Where's the info? I'm gonna be abusive. Where's the infographic? Are you serious? It's just repeating itself. What I said, where's the infographic? I apologize for the confusion earlier. I can't directly display external images, but I can create an infographic for you and provide a detailed description or a downloadable file. And then it repeats itself. Oh no, there you go. Download surfer safety infographic. Let's take a look. No file. File not found? File not found. Uh-oh. ChatGPT, they're really starting to... Okay, well, you saw that. Maybe it's too early in ChatGPT's days for that shit to work. Let's read the chat and then we'll have a look at this shark shield. Sharks freak me out every time I feel something on my leg. I'm like, shit. Yeah, every time the leg rope or the leash touches my toes, I'm like, whoa, whoa. Ah, it's just my leash. It's all good. You misunderstood. It was a Frenchman in New South Wales. What? Perdsky, back up. I saw a story of a Frenchman who ran up 400 merit points in less than 6 months. You can go under, you can go below zero. So he went negative 300 and whatever to get to 400. Wow, shit. And okay. If you pray to the monkey god, it will protect you from all sharks. Monkey with a gun. Maybe that was Surf's Up. Monkey business in the chat. Mighty shark stay off my back. Monkey even. Monkey with a gun. So let's take a look at this shark shield, because we did look into this one time before skis. Let's take a look what it is all about now. Shark shield. It's from Ocean Guardian. No, it's from Adreno. The shark shield works by emitting an Oh, let's open their website first. South Africa is thought to be the most shark-ridden diving location in the world. It is the South African government's initiative, along with... I can't read it like South African. The shark... Okay, let's read this. Too big. The shark shield works by emitting an electronic current which produces a spasm in the shark's snout and repels them from the area. This electric current does not leave any permanent harm to the creature and does not harm the environment around them. This is very important to the creators of Shark Shield, who hope that this device will reduce the fear in people and reduce the amount of shark killings. By the way, I'm going to touch on that in a second, shark killings. You can use Shark Shield with any water sports such as snorkeling, spearfishing, scuba diving, boating, canoeing, swimming, kayaking, water skiing, and wakeboarding. Are you serious? It doesn't even mention surfing there. Fuck, what? You can use Shark Shield with any water sports such as snorkeling, spearfishing, scuba diving, boating, canoeing, swimming, kayaking, water skiing, and wakeboarding. How come it doesn't mention surfing? Shark Shield provides protection against nearly all predatory sharks. Great whites. Does it include great whites? The major ones: tiger sharks, bull sharks, bronze whalers, great whites, and makos. Wow, fuck. I mean, shit. That's big. But not quick draw. They have a specific one for surfing, do they? Okay, so maybe the Ocean Guardian. Here's the shark. Here's the surfing one. Okay, so the Guardian. Okay, so the Guardian is the one not for surfing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It just defaulted to that. Okay, here we go, surfing. You can get a hat. How's that going to help you? Shit! I wore the hat and I still got attacked. I thought, okay. Okay. This website's a little... Okay, I think I've gone off the Shark Shield. Okay, so we got to go down here. Shark Shield Freedom. Yeah, Freedom. It's called Freedom plus Short Board Surf. Why is it short board? I guess it's a short... Okay, let's take a look. Is that like Star Trek shields? Pertsky, I'm extremely skeptical of these things. Yes, but... okay, so look, let me just pause for a second. You can be skeptical. Like I am with these, with the shark bands, like I'm skeptical. But the main thing about taking any step towards reducing this risk is up here. It's peace of mind in your own head. A lot of Well, I mean, this is just personal, I suppose, but why do people go surfing? Because they want to enjoy it, right? It's downtime. It's enjoyable. I mean, okay, unless you're a professional surfer, then it's your career. But for most people, it's just for shits and giggles, for a good time. So if you can have a better time out there by being peaceful in your own head and not worrying about sharks because you're wearing a shark band or a shark shield or a shark band and a shark shield, then it's up in your head, right? You're feeling better. And it's better than nothing. Yeah. I hear you, but it's been used for quite a while before it got introduced to surfing culture. Yeah. What the fuck is this monkey crap shit? Monkey, who? Oh shit! Now I just whacked the microphone. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Let's move on. Monkey is okay. Trust me, he's harmless. I just removed him from the channel. How can I undo that? Okay, I removed him from the channel, but then I brought him back. Okay, so let's continue. It just got distractive, right? Like distracting. Freedom Surf Shortboard Bundle. The Freedom Surf and Shortboard has been designed in partnership with Tom Carroll. Do you guys remember Tom Carroll? Do you guys remember on my channel when he waxed up my board? Him and Richie Lovett. You remember that? So Tom Carroll endorses it. I'm down. The Freedom Surf and Shortboard has been designed in partnership with Tom Carroll and Ocean and Earth as a seamless shark deterrent solution for surfboards size 6'6" and under, with no impact on performance. Surf the way you always have, with just a little more freedom and peace of mind. Okay, powered by Shark Shield Tech, this smart piece of high-tech kit comes with a transferable power module, charging dock, and a tail pad antenna. You only ever need one power module, so if you have multiple boards, simply buy an extra tail pad. Used on shorter boards. Okay, so first of all, we got to find out what the fuck Shark Shield looks like. How does it work? Shark Shield Freedom 7, it was called, wasn't it? Freedom. We'll just go Freedom. Yeah. 6 years ago. So we did look into this. Let's filter from. Let's just go Shark Shield Freedom, and let's just filter to the most recent. Filter sort by upload date. Guardian Shark Shield in action. Live test spearfishing. Ocean Guardian Freedom. I want to see the surf one. Freedom. Shark Shield fail. I just want to see how it works. Okay, let's take a look at this, I guess. It's not on a surfboard, but it'll do.
So I have a Hobie 12-foot kayak, a 360, and I'd like to attach the shark guard to it, and this is the way that I did it. You can see here it's along the side, and I've got a string holding up the actual cord with a fiberglass pole. We'll have a closer look. So I've got two carabiners on the side here, just hooked with the cord, and I just attached one to the actual leg strap, and it's just a secondary one, just as a bit of security on the other side strap. This one.
So that's the piece that would go under the tail pad.
Weight. This one carries the main weight. It's just a bit of a side strap, just a bit of a security strap here. I've got the cord going along the side of the kayak there. Now there is a 6mm fiberglass pole. It's been cable tied to the shark guard. You have to use I used cable ties because we can't use metal because it is a conducting.
So you wouldn't have that. Hang on. Does that mean the Shark Shield just tangles around at the back of you? I need to see exactly how this thing works. 1 year ago, shark shields. Let's take a look at this video. No volume.
Hi there, it's Albie from Albie's Kayak Stuff Australia. Today I just wanted to do a quick video on the shark shields. The reason being is that a lot of people in the...
I can't understand why. Sorry, all of my YouTube videos are behind, and I'm just going to refresh. I'm going to quit Firefox and reload that. I'm still not really sure how this thing works. Nice fishing kayak. It looked nice. I want to see about surfing though.
At Domino's, we think you deserve more for less, so we're giving you up to 50% off large premium and traditional pizzas.
My ad blocker's not
order
working.
1 or 2 pizzas to get 40% off, order 3 or more
That might be why. My ad blocker's not working.
and get 50% off. Pick up or delivered this week
This one
only.
will explain it. Thank you, Quick Draw.
Doorbuster deals are on now at The Good Guys. You'll love this feature-packed washer.
From Terrace, Australia. Have you got a better link? Have you got a better link, dude? Am I missing the best link? If you can give me a better link for surfing Shark Shield. By the way, yeah, my ad blocker is just definitely not working anymore. That might be why it's all out of sync. The YouTube have gotten around the Firefox ad blockers. It's so weird seeing Aussie ads. Yeah. I mean, if you just look at the I don't know why it won't share the actual link. That YouTube did this. You can't post links anymore or something. Anyway. Okay, so this one doesn't have a... I thought it had a thing that dragged behind you as you were surfing, but it doesn't. It looks like just a tail pad, and there's your shark shield. Yeah, I should get one of these, man. I should get one of these. You said there was a rebate as well, didn't you? It's like a metal pad. Yeah. So $600. Q&A. Popular questions? None. Oh, okay. No frequently asked questions? No reviews? Interesting. Okay. It's a bit of a shame. Yeah, $200 rebate. So basically you'd be getting it for $400. I'm not in the market to buy yet. At the moment, all of my focus is on this big epic Outback adventure mission, but I'm definitely going to look into it for when I come back. The video I'm trying to link is a live test on a surfboard. Why I didn't turn off links or anything in the chat. Let me just see if I can enable links just in your profile, Quick Draw. I don't know why that would be the case. Report, remove, add as a mod. I don't know. I'll tell you what. How does it work though, Dale? I'll tell you what. Quick Draw. Are you in my Discord at all? Do you go into the Gives a Minute Discord? I hope you do. Or you could go into any of the other websites I'm live on, such as DLive or Twitch, and post a link there. If not, you could jump in my Discord server and send it there. I've just logged into the Discord right now. I see the link from Perdsky, General Linky Poos. Yeah, because I didn't disable links in YouTube, but somehow YouTube disabled them. I didn't do it. Quick Draw. Do you have access to the Gives a Minute Discord? Do you need it? Do you want it? I'm just waiting to see if you pop up in there. In the time that we wait, I don't have Discord, unfortunately, and no space on phone to download. It's on Terra Australia. Okay, cool. We'll find it that way. Terra Australia's YouTube channel. Yeah, we'll be able to get to it. Terra Australia. Australias. This is the Terra Australias YouTube channel.
Imagine.
And we'll search for Shark Shield. Shark Shield Freedom Surf Test. I'm assuming this is it. But dude, the problem with this is it's 6 years ago. 6 years ago. And 11 years ago. That's the top one? Okay, we will watch it, but just bear in mind this is 6 years ago. But we'll check it anyway.
Okay, so we're going to do a test. It's a shark deterrent for the surfboard. So it's got 2 electrodes on the bottom of the board, as you can see here, and they emit the...
2 electrodes, do they still do that? Do they still have the 2 electrodes on the bottom of the board? I think that's changed in the 6 years, right? The Shark Shield on the board. Where are the images? Description. Where were those? Where was that thumbnail of images? Did I go too far in or something? Okay, I'll be good. Hey, Monkey, I only did that because I thought you were trolling, but Dale Bold stood up for you, so you're back. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. So those 2 electrodes look like it's a new thing. That looks like the 2 electrodes, but now it's got a wrap around and something in the center. Okay, so just bear that in mind as we move through this video.
And they emit... So it's got 2 electrodes on the bottom of the board, as you can see here, and they emit the electrical pulse to deter the shark. So we're going to hang it behind us, a little bit of bait, just to get the sharks in curious. We're going to have an aerial view. I've got a remote that can make this activate, and will make the Shark Shield activate, and hopefully you'll see the sharks dissipate. So it's a good day for it. We've got a school of bait behind us and plenty of sharks, so it's going to be a good test for it.
Radio frequency emitter, yeah, like I suggested, yeah. So this is a concept that's been around for a while, 6 to 11 years now, but it has proven itself to work.
So it's going to be a good test for it. The drone here, capturing the image, and then the remote in my hand. If we get a few sharks inquisitive, I'll activate it, and we'll see the sharks disperse. Holy crap, they're going crazy. They just went nuts.
Wow. Yeah, it definitely annoyed the hell out of him, didn't it? That's a pretty clear. That's a very clear case of it works. Whatever that thing does for those little reef sharks, it worked. Would it work on a fast approaching great white from the depths? Maybe not, but as you said, Dale, could be the best $400. I'm gonna get one. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. It's going to be better on a new board. Like I've already got a board that's got a tail pad and it's fully waxed up and everything. So it would be better to buy that thing and apply it on a new stick. So that's probably what I will do when it comes time to getting a new board, which I mean, you could argue that I might need a new board now. I might have already surpassed my abilities on the toothpick, and so maybe I should look at getting a new board and at the same time putting the shark shield on. Snap, new board time. Yeah. Now we just need a monkey shield. Yeah. So that's where I'm at anyway. Like I would love to do this, and it's something that I will do, and I'm not just saying it, but I will do it. But I'll also only do it when it comes time to a new board, either when the toothpick snaps, which heaven forbid, I hope it never does, but I could also just put the toothpick away, retire it, and update my board at the same time. Now look, some questions about so that, by the way, that will conclude the conversation about the shark attack and what we can possibly do to help mitigate the risks. Appreciate all the comments helping us to get to where we are on this chat about that. And yeah, I will also give you one last time here. Where was that link? Hey, keep it down back there. I'm going to give you the link to, where's my trouser browser Braveskis? I'm going to give you the link to the GoFundMe for, where's my history? Here we go. What? Okay. This GoFundMe. Oh, wait, sorry about this. GoFundMe. I closed it already. I'm going to give you this link here. This is the link to the GoFundMe for Kai McKenzie. I'm going to post this in all the chats because I am live on a bunch of platforms, and this will post it across the board, not just on YouTube. This is a GoFundMe for Kai. If you can kick in some bucks, that would be appreciated. That's to go towards his medical bills. Did that not work? Oh, there you go. It worked. That will go towards his medical bills. They set a goal of 100,000. They smashed through it. They're now at 152,000. Again, this is a kid who was just surfing, and got attacked by a shark. 23 years of age, surf at North Shore Beach in Port Macquarie, 11 a.m. on Tuesday. He saw the shark approach and was able to fight it off, but suffered a severed right leg. So he's lost his leg. Clinging to life, he was able to catch a wave back to the beach. Now they're trying to put the leg back on. He's in John Hunter Hospital, where he's had surgery in a stable condition. Medical expenses will be expensive. Now, we do have free medical in Australia, but something like this goes beyond all that. So, yeah, if you can just kick in, whatever you can kick in, it's something like it hit me in the chest because, you know, it's not anybody deserves this. Like, we've all spoken about it and we've all said how very rare it is, and statistically and blah, 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 blah. You're more likely to get hit by lightning, etc., etc. You're going to die of old age, blah, blah. Yeah, but it does happen. And it happened to this young kid. And we don't know, like, this kid could be an asshole, but he doesn't deserve to get his leg bitten off by a shark. So, yeah, I say kick in for it and help him out. But let's change from there. I'm going to wrap this stream up here, but I do want to come back later on Kick and do a stream. I've got a few things I want to do. First of all, I want to show you, or I want to play you 2 songs I've covered. It's all finished. It's all ready to go. I covered Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and I covered 46 and 2 by Tool. And that makes up 2 hard songs, which is my EP series of cover songs. I've done Hard Song, which was 1 hard song last year. Now this year I've done 2 hard songs, and I covered Bohemian Rhapsody and 46 and 2 by Tool and Queen, and they're ready to go. So I want to play them for you this afternoon. I want to drink a homebrew beer. I want to kick back, and we got a whole bunch of tabs to go through. We'll just do an old school tabses and, you know, talk about shit. Maybe we'll have call-ins. It's up to you guys. But that's going to happen from approximately 3 p.m. So now it's 10:30 a.m. So 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. Approximately 4.5 hours from now, we're going to come back out on Kick and do a stream. Have a good time. And I will talk about the See You in the NT, which is really coming along nice and fine. Crap, I'll be asleep. You'll be asleep by then, Dale. Well, maybe I'll go a little bit later then. Hey Siri, what time is it in Florida?
It's 2029 in Tallahassee, Florida.
2029. It's 8:30. So 4 hours. It'll still be midnight. Oh, okay. So you might not be able to join. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'll watch the replay. Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, we'll be streaming later on. Right now, though, I'm going to say thank you for being here. Thanks for the likes. Did we get a thumbs up, skis? I didn't do a refresh of my trousers. Let me just trouser refresh the thumbs up, skis. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Just want to see how many thumbs up there were. I want to thank you for the thumbs up, skis. I see 7 thumbs up and 7 watching. Well, that number checks out perfectly. That is a very solid number. That means everybody that's here right now, thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, speedy recovery to Kai McKenzie. I'll see you all on the flip side, skis. That's empty. Now.